on 97.3 FM. Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Citi News.
It's midday. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Citi Prime News. We're live from our studios at number 11, Dr. Martin Loop in Adabraka, Accra. My name is Adjuatin Kramadom, and coming up, students across all senior high schools in Ghana to get a tablet each as government launches phase 1 of the Smart School initiative as part of its digitization drive.
Government intends to build 100 smart schools across the country. The first 30 of these will be completed this year.
Also coming up, Bekwai Municipal Security Council in crunch meeting over clashes at Bekwai SDA Senior High School, which resulted in injuries of some students. And still in this package, 5 persons in critical condition after being knocked down by Ghanaian comedian and actor Funny Face.
But ebimu did that down. That time so obias fika so ba o pese o hu de asi ntimi so asem direct car timi gina ma mo be.
And later, chiefs and residents of Achim in Tronang issued 3-day ultimatum to Member of Parliament and DCE of Abrim constituency as they protest ongoing illegal mining in community.
Sebu say pass say akwenya pa say already le fidi ne ba. Now about to say minimum ya woman do want chire say see woman for mu na ho.
We have details of these stories and more coming up in the next half hour. Remember, this bulletin is streaming live on Facebook on Citi 97.3 FM. We are also live on all our partner stations across the country. In the Upper West region, we are on Tumpani Radio 88.5 FM. In Nadoli, Jirapa 96.1 FM. Also in Jirapa. In the Upper East region, you can find us on Recast 92.1 FM in Bongo Namo. In the Northern region, this is North Star Radio 92.1 in Tamale. In the Northeast region, this is Nobia FM 98.1 in Nalarigu. In the Western region, you can tune into Beach 105.5 FM in Takrade, Ashanti Focus 94.3 FM, Orange 107.9 FM. In the Volta region, this is Sela Radio 97.1 FM, Holy 98.5 FM, and in the Savannah region, we are on Kasha 99.5 FM in Damongo.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Thank you so much for your company this afternoon. Let's begin with education. And President Akufo-Addo has announced that over 1 million senior high school students across the country will be given a smart tablet in the coming days. The Ghana Smart Schools project aims at providing technological skills to students under the free senior high school policy. Speaking at the launch of the project, Nana Akufo-Addo says some 100 smart SHs will be constructed across the country in the next 2 years.
Modernized infrastructure. Government intends to build 100 smart schools across the country. The first 30 of these will be completed this year, and the remaining 70 expected to be completed in the next 2 years. These smart school buildings will be fitted with solar panels as we seek to promote new and environmentally sustainable energy. In effect, these smart schools will be off the national electricity grid. They will also have digitalized infrastructure to advance teaching and learning. The physical infrastructure takes cognizance of our unique climatic conditions and will create a conducive atmosphere for learning. The schools will represent a new urban landmark for urban and rural land use and planning.
President Nana Akufo-Addo speaking. Meanwhile, the Education Minister, Dr. Yawose Duchum, says despite the country's economic challenges, government is rolling out a series of programs to boost education.
The world
has never seen. The time of YouTube, where you can go in and see what the people have done and do yours. This is the moment of Africa. And this is Ghana's moment. And I'm super excited that we get to embark on this after proving ourselves to secondary education from a little over 800,000. And now in 1 year, we have 504,000 students enrolled in our senior high schools first year. From a little over 800,000, today we have 1.4 million students enrolled in our secondary schools. And you know, for any government, that could have an achievement in itself. I've increased enrollment from 800,000 to 1.4 million, just clap for me. But that is not, I didn't say clap for me. I said, for any government, they will have told you to clap for them. But another Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the visionary president, was not satisfied. He tasked us with the responsibility to improve the quality of education. So I always say, our party is the party of Manifesto Plus. We do things that we did not promise in our manifestos.
The Education Minister, Dr. Yao Osei Educhum, will stay a while longer on education because the ranking member on the Education Committee of Parliament, Peter Nochukoto, is urging the Ministry of Employment, the Labour Relations, the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, and the National Labour Commission to take all necessary steps to ensure that striking teachers return to work. 3 teacher unions, namely the National Association of Graduate Teachers, NAGRAT, the Ghana National Association of Teachers, NAT, and the Coalition of Concerned Teachers, CCT, initiated a strike last week due to issues concerning their conditions of service. In an interview with City News, the Akachi North MP stated that if the concerns of the teachers are not addressed promptly, it may have a negative impact on teaching and learning.
We expect the Ministry of Education, the teacher unions, the Labour Commission, and the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission to meet over it and then work out or come into an agreement. And where they fail to agree, then we can come in as a committee. That is how we engage them. But this is a negotiation level. They should go and negotiate. If there is a breakdown in negotiations, then we can come in. But I can say that I think government has defaulted in making sure that they provide the laptops, because the information available to the committee and parliament, teacher unions paid 30% of the cost of the laptop in the last 3 years. And what prevented government from providing its counterpart funding of the 70% to enable teachers get the laptop? Yeah, so that issue came up for discussion on Monday, when Parliament was approving the formula for GET funds.
You heard Peter Nochukoto. He's a ranking member on the Education Committee of Parliament. Now, the Dean of Student Affairs at the University of Ghana, Professor Rosina Chematin, has assuaged the fears of students regarding potential eviction from their halls of residence following the African Games competition held at the University of Ghana. 4 halls, Elizabeth Say, Alex Kwapon, Hila Liman, and Jean Nelson, accommodated athletes and officials during the competition with their rooms upgraded with amenities such as air conditioners, new beds, mattresses, water heaters, and showers, amounting to a total cost of over $16 million. Now, according to her, the leadership of the university and University of Ghana Enterprise Limited, which manages the halls, will convene to discuss the next course of action while prioritizing the interests of concerned students.
I think their fears should be allayed because they have signed a contract for, at the beginning of the academic year, they're getting admission and then they get accommodation in these halls. They have to sign a contract. I don't think any hall official or UGL, which oversees the management of the diaspora, would reach this contract. So no student is going to be evicted. Air conditioners, the boilers will be maintained and they are not going to be removed, but they will be disconnected. So students will not be able to use them for obvious reasons because of the high tariffs in electricity.
You heard the Dean of Student Affairs at the University of Ghana, Professor Rosina Chemating. Let's move away from education to the Ashanti region now. The Bekwai Municipal Security Council is in a crunch meeting following this weekend's disturbances at the Bekwai SDA Senior High School in the region. Clashes reportedly erupted between students of the school and some town folks, resulting in the injuries of some students. Police intervened to ensure order in the school, and calm has since returned to the school, but authorities of the Bekwai Municipal Directorate of the Ghana Education Service visited the school on Monday to assess the situation while police continue with investigations into the incident. We'll provide you with updates of this in our subsequent bulletins. But away from that, 5 persons are critically injured as a result of an accident involving comedian and musician Benson Nanaya Odro, popularly known as Funny Face. The musician knocked down a mother and her 2 children and 2 persons who were on a motorbike at Nyenyano, Kakraba Junction in the Gomwa East District of the Central Region on Sunday evening. The victims are receiving treatment at the Purocare Specialist Hospital and Kaswa Polyclinic, while Funny Face has been picked up by the police. Eyewitnesses have stated that Funny Face showed signs of drunkenness and attributed the crash to irresponsible speeding.
But Ebimu did that down. That time so Obias Fika so about or Pesu who DSC. Intimis was some direct car. Timijina man with the 30 minutes. Now, if I say, what the purple.
What I saw was not something anyone would like to experience. There was huge traffic after the crash. I was the one directing the traffic after the crash. I only saw 1 person lifeless, with others injured. The mother's situation was worse. I suspect Funny Face was drunk because he was driving at top speed, and that was very dangerous. Funny Face has been escorted to the police station. Let's pray that the other injured persons get well.
Okay, we went to miss that. Yamiadum, I'm saying, I'm going to call police for the family. So, the car so empty for police from Castle on Friday. At the Contier share, and Bible was in Yanko trade down and say, Sad 2 or 3 nakan. I'm going to
That was an eyewitness narrating an accident involving comedian Benson Nanaya Odro, popularly known as Funny Face. The Finance Minister, Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam, is charging the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority to scale up efforts to meet its revenue target. He says that this has become imperative to help the government meet its budgetary responsibility. Speaking during an official visit to the Tema port to get first-hand information of port operations, which has raised perception of corruption, Dr. Amin Adam urged the officials not to relent on their efforts.
I'm sure you may, and many other people may be expecting that my visit here is to talk down the progress we have made as an institution, to blame you and to chastise you. Unfortunately, that is not the reason I'm here. I'm here rather to encourage you, to motivate you. The data shows that when people do well, you laud them, you commend them. And when the sector commander spoke, she clearly showed to me that you have been doing well. But you also know that year to date, in 2024, you are short by about 11.3%. And so like every institution all over the world, even where your performance is excellent, there is need for improvement so that you can maintain that excellence.
The Finance Minister, Dr. Amin Adam, also charged them to address the regime of smuggling, particularly on the Eastern Corridor.
All the reports of smuggling that have come to my attention, about 70% of them happen to be occurring along the Eastern Corridor area. But why have we not been able to stop it? I can understand that staff levels are lower, as eloquently stated by Commissioner Customs, and therefore there is need to beef up the staff. But I also can understand that there are other security agencies we can work with to complement the staffing levels in order for us to launch war on all those who are involved in smuggling. And so I intend to hold a meeting by the end of this week with all the security agencies and of course with GRA for us to institute a task force that will work with the border patrol teams so that with that enhanced efforts with resources, and I intend to work with the Commissioner General to get body cameras for you if you don't have any.
You heard the Finance Minister, Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam. You're still listening to the Citi Prime News. When we return, we'll talk to you about illegal mining activities at Achim in Tronan. Please stay tuned for details.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
The month of March is Heritage Month on Citi FM and Citi TV, and we will be celebrating it in grand style with the theme Imagine Ghana, Discover the Unknown. We will discover the story of our people and customs, places, food, music, and fashion. Stay tuned to Citi TV and Citi FM every weekday to learn Ghanaian historical facts, heritage, and traditions with the on-air series on Breakfast Daily on Citi TV at 9:30 a.m. and on the biggest conversation on radio, the Citi Breakfast Show on Citi FM at 9 a.m. from the 1st to the 31st of March. The Heritage Month on-air series is proudly sponsored by Miss Cookie Spices. No peeling, no blending, just scoop and cook. Other exciting activities for the Heritage Month 2024 will include the evolution of High Life Music, a High Life Music expose on Citi TV and Citi FM, curated music on brunch in the city on Citi FM, What's Cooking special features on Citi TV, the Heritage Quiz on the Traffic Avenue on Citi FM. Catch the Heritage Caravan Diaries and Moments from the 3rd to the 10th of March on the Heritage Caravan. And the big one to crown the Heritage Month celebration, we will treat ourselves to delectable, authentic Ghanaian cuisine, music, dance, and many more at the Back to Your Village Food Festival from the 30th to the 31st of March 2024. Don't miss all the education, fun, and excitement on the Heritage Month 2024 this March, only on Citi TV and 97.3 Citi FM. The Heritage Month 2024 is powered by Citi TV with support from Citi FM.
Citi TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on channel 363. On GoTV, we're on channel 117, and on HD+, get us on channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search, but take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Citi TV. Citi TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box like the GoTV and HD+ boxes. Citi TV, it's your world.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with us. Now, chiefs and residents of Achim in Tronang, a farming community in the Brim North district of the Eastern region, have protested against the activities of illegal miners, which the community says is wreaking havoc on their daily activities. Clad in red and black attires, the community chanting war songs to register their displeasure, accused the district chief executive for the area of actively engaging in galamsey. In an interview with the media after the demonstration, the chief of Achim in Tronang, Nana Esiedu Akra II, issued a 3-day ultimatum to the Member of Parliament, John Osei Frimpong, and the district chief executive, Raymond Damte, to move away mining equipment from the community or face their wrath.
the senior, the end of my friend, Benjamin Swan,
I have attempted to contact the municipal chief executive, but my efforts have been unsuccessful. It has been 3 days and I'm certain that they are aware of the situation. We are adamant about not allowing these illegal miners to operate here.
You heard the chief of Achim Intronang, Nana Isiedu Accra II. Meanwhile, the district chief executive of Brim North, Raymond Nana Damte, speaking to City News, denied knowledge of the illegal mining activities in the area.
There is no galamsey activities going on Intronang. Former Lands and Natural Resources Minister Asma Chiremi came over here to launch community mining, which the same chief was part of it. He is the one they launched the community mining on his jurisdiction. Since then, there's a community mining going on. I don't know what he's talking about. There is no galamsey activities going on. If there's galamsey activities is going on, I didn't know. But as far as I know, what the minister did it, and the CEO and Minerals Commission and his deputy, which was Nchibo Siakon, and AEC, Mr. AEC was deputy that time. They came over here to launch and Tronai and Kokobin fall on Asante Achim South was community mining, which fell on the same chief, the Nesi Dwakra jurisdiction. And he was the chief of sitting over there where the minister and everybody came to launch that community mining. So what happened now, he said that it's a galamsey. Unless there's another galamsey activities going on, which I'm not aware.
That was the district chief executive of Brim North, Raymond Nana Damte. Away from that, the Wejagbawe Municipal Assembly is set to meet the Ghana Water Limited and the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, over the possible spillage of the Weja Dam. In a letter cited by City News, the Ghana Water Limited says it is forced to spill water from the dam as soon as possible over the rising levels being witnessed. In an interview with City News, the MCE for Wejagbawe, Michael Dankwa, says the meeting is set to address all issues before the commencement of the spillage.
We are preparing, or we have prepared enough. I have actually also called for emergency meeting with the Ghana Water, NADMO, and other security agencies to meet, because we want them to tell us how they are going to do the spillage. And this time we are going to ask them that they should not wait so the dam gets it full before they do it. They should do it gradually for us. We are also taking steps. On Friday, I asked the coordinating director to also instruct the PRO and other agencies or the heads to actually go around and start making announcements that we don't know when they will start, but we should all prepare. So we are not asking them to leave. But I don't think it will be proper when you see that water is coming to your house and you want to stay in the water. No. Mm-hmm. But we are also not asking them to leave. But what we are saying is as soon as it's getting to a situation where they cannot cope, the best way is to move.
Michael Dankwa is the municipal chief executive for Wejagbawe. Now, the Chamber of Independent Power Producers, IPPs, has justified its assertion that the current power fluctuation is as a result of the Volta River Authority's excessive exportation of electricity to neighboring countries. The Chamber had accused the VRA of shirking its responsibilities of fully meeting its domestic energy obligations to the detriment of Ghanaians. Although the VRA has described the IPP's stance as erroneous and misleading, the Chief Executive Officer of the Independent Power Generators, Dr. Elikplim Agbetopo, in response insisted that citizens are being shortchanged and that the VRA cannot also absolve itself of the ongoing power crisis.
ECG is unable to provide enough electricity. What is unfair to the system or to Ghanaian, for that matter the taxpayer of course, is that VRA is excessively exporting over 200 megawatts of power to its export customers. That is Sonabol in Burkina Faso, CEB, that is Togo and Benin. That volume of exports is denying over 500,000 households, assuming every household consumes as little as 300 kilowatts hour of electricity. For a fact, it is the Electricity Market Oversight Panel that makes the allocation of the hydro resources. Unfortunately, the Electricity Market Oversight Panel lacks the ability to monitor and supervise exactly the quantum of electricity that is exported from the hydro resources. Reports are there to show VRA exports even more than what they have been allocated, creating shortage in the system, and you and I are suffering for it.
Dr. Elik Plim Apetogbo is Chief Executive Officer of the Chamber of Independent Power Producers. To more stories this afternoon, as Parliament is yet to officially declare the Ejiso constituency parliamentary seat vacant to make way for a by-election following the demise of the Member of Parliament for the area, names of interested persons seeking to succeed the late John Kuma are emerging. One of such names is a former president of the Ghana Football Association, Kwesi Nyantakyi. Mr. Nyantakyi, in an interview in Kumasi at the launch of the New Patriotic Party's Ashanti Regional Campaign Team, sadly expressed his intentions to contest the Ejiso by-election when the time is due.
The Ejiso by-election will definitely come on, but a timetable has not been published yet. So we don't know those who want to contest. Since I come from there and I have the right to contest, at the right time, we'll see what will happen. But at the moment, we are mourning the demise of a very illustrious son of the constituency. The whole parliament, the member of parliament for the constituency is a big loss to the constituency. And let's see what happens after the one. We'll tell you whether we have plans or not, but it's possible.
You heard a former president of the Ghana Football Association, Kwesi Nyantakyi. We'll stay on sports-related matters now. The local organizing committee chairman for the just-ended African Games, Dr. Kweku Ofosu-Ansah, has called on all Ghanaians to take responsibility for the maintenance of sports infrastructure put up for the Games. Ghana has been applauded for pulling off an impressive tournament despite initial setbacks and the financial constraints that countries across the world are facing. In an interview with Citi News, Dr. Ofosu-Ansah commended the dedication of President Akufo-Addo towards hosting the Games, describing the infrastructure development as a watershed moment in the development of sports in Ghana. He therefore called for collective responsibility in maintaining them. Meanwhile, Dr. Kweku Ofosu-Ansah also highlighted the success of the just-ended event, particularly emphasizing the significant turnout of fans across various venues.
At Baltimore, for instance, a lot of people were saying that, building on an evergreen forest, a very new area, they thought it wasn't going to be possible. But I must give credit to the president. In saying this, he kept saying that we should go for it, we should do it. Despite whatever challenges we were going through, there was a need for us to host the African Games, particularly being the first time that we've had the opportunity. And you also... I'm sure you're pretty aware that our first president, the late Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, was one of the founding fathers of the African Games. So one will wonder, why has it taken Ghana so long to get the opportunity to host the Games? So there was no need for people thought that because of the financial challenges, IMF breathing over our neck and all that, we shouldn't waste money on the African Games. There were a lot of opportunity costs at that time, but the facilities we provided will act as a watershed for the growth and development of sports in our country. We've been able to survive, giving Ghanaians some facilities, and I want to say that it should be a collective responsibility for all of us as Ghanaians to try and maintain these facilities. We shouldn't slip into the zone of white elephant as we did 2008.
You heard Dr. Kweku Ofosu-Ansah. He is the local organizing committee chairman for the just-ended African Games. And that's our package for you for this afternoon's edition of the Citi Prime News, which has been live from our studio in Adabraka in Accra. For more news, please visit citinewsroom.com. Remember, this bulletin was also live across all our partner stations in the Upper West region, Upper East, Northern, Northeast, Western region, Ashanti, Volta, and Savannah region. My name is Adjoa Tinkramadona. Thank you so much for listening. Have a good afternoon.
City News. We speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302 224959 and get interactive on Facebook, Citi 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at Citi 973.